Hey guys. So Shannon brought something very important to my attention. In these videos, I don't think I clearly gave a prompt. I'm so sorry. I recorded them a week ago and it was in my head and I don't know. Not there. So to clear things up, your prompt, and I'm going to post it below, is write an essay explaining the importance of finding your own voice. But the example I want you to use, and I want you to use a quote in it, make a quote sandwich like we talked about, is from Serial. Okay, so think about Adnan and him using his voice, and how this podcast can serve as his voice, and how, like he is reaching tons of people with this message, or even Rabia's voice. Right? It does not have to be Adnan's. That her advocating for her friend is reaching not even thousands, millions of people. Or the host of the podcast, Sarah's voice, how is that doing it? Likewise, it's going to be a harder one to write, but if you're up for a challenge and you don't want to write about the same thing as everybody else, you can talk about Hayes' voice and how, even though she's now deceased, her story is kind of living on, and it may not be for the reasons of her death simply being a tragedy, but kind of. It was so horrific that we want to get to the bottom of it, right? And there's a national debate going on because they want to bring justice to her. So you can talk about any of those things, or if you think Jay is innocent, you can talk about his voice and why it's important, and why he was maybe scared to use it at first because of things that go on in this country. He told us, or not us, right? He told them, the police officers, no, I didn't go to the police. Like, I've been gunned down in my own front yard for, you know, minor things by police. I'm scared of cops. Of course I didn't go to the police. So you can talk about that, how that limits your voice. Anything that you can relate back to this essay that also has to do with using your own voice and why that is important, it's fair game. Okay, just write a well-written paper. Okay, so I'll post the prompt below, more specific instructions. Also, I just want to say, the story, I want you to listen to the podcast and stuff like that if you get to it. If you spend the entire period working on your paragraph and you don't finish, don't go home and watch the video. Go home and finish the paragraph, because this essay has to be due Friday. Okay, we can always push back the podcast. You can always listen to it over break so you're caught up, and so it's not like very confusing when we come back from break. Okay, but this cannot wait. I have to grade your essays over spring break. They will be due on Friday. Okay, it's one page, one typed page, super easy. Okay, it should not take you that long. You can write it all in one fell swoop if you want. You can write it all tomorrow. That's fine, or today. Okay, second thing I kind of forgot to say, I'm out. I'm so sorry. As you've realized, I was not feeling well at all yesterday, which if you were in my first, second, or fourth period, you know that I was probably also freaking out about getting the coronavirus. I am sick. It's not COVID, but I have been quarantined until Friday just because some of my symptoms, me getting physically sick, started about a week ago. So just to be on the safe side, I'll be back Friday. I'll make sure I get these before I go on break. But I'm sorry that was so last minute and you had to do that. Please, please, please make sure you are disinfecting your desks. When you run out of paper towels in the jar, if you could help the subs with that. But when you run out of paper towels in the jar, there's a roll of paper towels and the spray there, so you can use that, okay? But please make sure you're diligent about wearing your masks and wiping down desks. Okay, we don't want everyone quarantined. You don't want to get it. Okay, be good. The sub knows that if they have to write down any of your names, you'll be written up when I get back. I don't care what you have to say. I don't want to hear your excuses. If you misbehave for a sub, you will be written up. Okay? All right, be good. I'll see you Friday. Also, I forgot to say, I just paused. I froze. Sorry. And then I froze in real life. I'm posting the link to a Google Meets last 5 minutes of the period. If you have questions on your essay, ask me then. Make them specific questions, please, because everyone can join on. So we'll probably have a lot of them, or maybe none at all, and you'll message all of them to me later. May not respond. 5 minutes, last 5 minutes, please message me or please log into the Google Meets with the code below, and message and ask me your questions in person. But have them written out before, okay? So that I can answer them quickly before class is over. Okay, bye.